Again, it's my pleasure. Jeff Glover. Lots that we need to learn from you. You're the 22nd ranked agent in the world for Real Trends and Wall Street Journal, the #8 agent out of 180-something thousand at Keller Williams.
Yep.
You're the official agent of the Detroit Tigers.
Yes.
And most people know you as a script master because you came up in the Mike Ferry world, right?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And what most people don't realize is you're one of the very few that not only has built a huge business through your experience and knowledge of scripts and dialogues, but you're also a master at marketing. So
now I am.
Now you are.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, the stage is yours. And I'm very excited to see what you're going to share with us regarding this change that we all see coming.
Awesome.
Thank
a lot
you,
of good
Jeff.
stuff. Thank you. Appreciate that. Whether you're just getting into the business or have been doing the business for a while and trying to figure out your niche, think that you have to have a big marketing budget. I will tell you, and Dan, I'm not even sure if you know this, but I didn't spend a single dollar on advertising until we were closing 250 transactions a year. Here's how we know when we're in a shift. When sales start to decline, yet the amount of agents in the business still increases. Experience and time in the business will now carry more value on appointments. Experience and time in the business. Buyers will get offers accepted the first time around, however, they'll have more choices. Part-time realtors and the one-hit wonders get out of the business. You don't see them. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of room for that. Because the next thing I wrote down is the for sale by owner business will actually decrease. I wrote down, and don't get mad, open houses become less effective in a shifting market. Skills and your ability to sell will become the differentiator between the champions and the rest of in the business. Technology becomes a difference maker, but only for those who embrace the idea of daily face-to-faces. The listing agents will succeed at a higher level, while buyer agents will struggle, with an asterisk. And the asterisk is use showing agents. Why? Because you're going to be showing more homes, which means there's a greater need for showing agents, which means showing agents can actually start to make more income. I wrote down in the next market, average real estate teams will dissipate as they can't justify the returns. And what I mean by that is these groups of people that just got together and said we're a real estate team. All right, you'll see less of that, because what will happen is people will actually start looking at each other like, okay, are you carrying your weight around here? I don't think you are. Now that the markets shift, it puts a spotlight on everything. So these average real estate teams that aren't making great returns either start to go away or start to fold into bigger teams. Next, I wrote down the big teams gain market share as the smaller fish can't compete with the bigger teams' value propositions. Anyone that got into the business post-2013 will need to learn to develop strong prospecting skills, not lead generation skills. Lead generation is just like a fancy term for prospecting. All right, let's call a spade a spade. Prospecting is going to their door, or picking up the phone and reaching out to somebody, an outbound phone call. Next, I wrote down general advertising calls decrease. So you must find another niche to succeed. Every market shift through the years, and prior to being in the business 16 years ago, I paid attention to people that were in the business and succeeding. Expansion teams will struggle because the focus will return back to the home-based location. Generally speaking, agents work to pay the bills and have some money left over for a vacation or two or a new car. In a market shift, the focus will be just making enough to cover the bills. I wrote down the inside sales associate model will be more successful than ever because there's more opportunities to go around. I wrote down the next market will be about who can capture the most info from consumers, A, and B, make the best use of it. Larger companies will succeed while mom and pop shops will fall behind. One word, resources. Offices will reduce square footage to save money, which means more agents and less space. I wrote down the agent that talks to and gets in front of their database the most will win. The agent that thinks the CRM will solve all their issues will struggle. The agent that becomes more passionate about being a salesperson will succeed. The agent that believes they're a consultant or a realtor and not a salesperson will struggle. Previewing properties and pre-qualifying sellers becomes necessary again, and the value of the real estate agent will increase. I wrote down the cost of buyer leads will drop because there's less agents to afford them. The for sale by owner business will actually decrease. I wrote down, and don't get mad, open houses become less effective in a shifting market. Skills and your ability to sell will become the differentiator between the champions and the rest of in the business. Technology becomes a difference maker, but only for those who embrace the idea of daily face-to-faces. Offices will reduce square footage to save money, which means more agents and less space. This is an interesting one. The need for real estate training increases, yet the ability to afford it decreases in the next market. And then finally, taking care of your best clients becomes more important than ever. My name's Jeff Glover with Glover U, Jeff Glover Associates. Thanks for having me. See you guys. Thank you.